Hey Libra, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot for your weekly reading for the week of March 7th to the 14th. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energies for this week, as well as any challenges that you'll be facing, and some advice on how to overcome those challenges. If you haven't already checked out your monthly reading for the month of March, I highly suggest that you do that because that's going to paint a picture of the entire month for you and kind of like... And basically all these weekly readings are just going to plug right into that monthly reading. So Libra, starting here with the 10 of Feathers card, we have recovery and transformation here. And I think that the big theme of your monthly reading for the month of March was all about not allowing stress to kind of destroy a relationship that you're building up, because we can kind of like erect all these barriers and stuff through like previous trauma of like bad relationships that we've been in, or like an abusive household that we used to live in with family. And because of that, it can build up these barriers that can like make it difficult for us to interact with new people in our lives. Or we just have like a lot of other stress around us, all the time, like work-related stuff, financial issues that can kind of like bear down on some sort of relationship. But I think that right now you're taking a little bit of time for yourself this week to recover and to go through some sort of transformation where you're maybe reconciling some of those issues from the past. You're kind of like, you're basically taking task of everything right now, Libra. So that's a pretty wonderful start here to the reading. We're going to go ahead and pull one card here to get an idea of any challenges that you're going to be facing though. And here, it's all in that area of love here. So Libra, this reading especially, and then also your monthly reading as well, this is all for a Libra who has found somebody new that they're passionately in love with. And a lot of your challenges right now are kind of like building up the foundation for that relationship. The Four of Wands card for me, it kind of goes hand in hand with like the Lovers card. The Lovers card is about finding that person. The Four of Wands card for me is about setting up that foundation for a successful relationship. So the rabbits here are under like a canopy with a bunch of flowers built up by, this passionate wand energy. So I see a Libra right now who's like, you're trying desperately to build up this relationship, but at the same time, you're going to be confronted with like a lot of different difficulties. Here in your recent past, Libra, we have the Seven of Swords. So maybe somebody betrayed you in your recent past, and that's why you feel pretty overwhelmed right now. And then also going into your future here, we have the Ten of Wands. So again, carrying a little bit too much. You're holding on to too many wands here, too many challenges and obstacles, basically, Libra. You're just feeling like incredibly overwhelmed at this moment. Here in your recent past, though, with the Seven of Swords, this is kind of telling me that here in your recent past, though, with the Seven of Swords, this is telling me that somebody's pretty much betrayed you. I try not to read the Seven of Swords as like a betrayal card, but considering like this sort of love reading and considering that there might be some like traumas from your past that are disrupting this new relationship, this kind of leads me to believe that this can be read a little bit more traditionally as somebody in the past has deceived you and betrayed you. But right now, though, your energy is going through recovery and transformation. So the recovery and transformation that you're facing right now is not so much dealing with like all the crazy stuff around you, like the financial problems, or maybe you decided to go back to school, so there's challenges with that. Right now, the transformation and recovery that you're finding right now is with that last relationship or with that toxic situation that you moved out of. Here in your future, though, this is saying, with the Ten of Wands here, like you've basically overcome everything. You have the energy here to overcome these issues from your past, but the Ten of Wands is reminding you that now you need to confront all these other issues. So Libra, you're going to be really busy this month, and like this next month, you're going to be confronting a whole bunch of issues. But Libras are strong. You'll stride right through. Here in your area of above, we have the Three of Wands card, and in your area of below, we have the Knight of Swords. The Three of Wands is going to be how you're projecting yourself to the world right now, how everybody is seeing you, and how you want to be perceived by other people. The Three of Wands card is kind of about being on like solid foundation and kind of just like seeing other people off, basically. What's standing out the most with this card is this connection here with the Swords card. Those flags are both moving in the same direction. So the wind is blowing in the same direction, and that character who was deceiving you here is moving, and that character who is deceiving you is moving away. And then also this boat is setting sail in the same direction here. This seems to suggest that right now you're in that mindset where you're willing to like let things go. Basically, you're standing on a firm, solid foundation with something new here that you're building up for yourself, and you're willing to just, you're not willing to like fight, these traumatic issues from the past, but you just want to see them like sail out of your life, basically. Here in your area below, we have the Knight of Swords card, which is a great, energy. If you're, you don't have to be projecting this energy of like, you don't have to be projecting this like really energetic, really hostile energy towards dealing with this recovery right now. I think that right now you have the energy, but it's like deep within you, and like you're using it very selectively. You know that you should like hold on to that like passionate, fiery energy to move forward on something when it really matters. You don't want to waste and expend all that energy on like dealing with this trauma. You'd rather just see it float right out of your life right now. So that's a really powerful position to be in, Libra. I'm really happy for you. Here in your area of advice, though, we have the Tower card, which isn't as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. And here in your area of external factors, we have the Queen of Swords card. There could be somebody coming in right now to help mediate things for you. But as far as your area of advice goes with the Tower card, this is a really dramatic card. A lot of people say this is like a bad card. It's everything crashing down around you. I don't see it like that, especially paired with this recovery and transformation. In order to kind of transform, sometimes you have to wipe the slate clean. You have to start over from scratch. This advice here is saying that you really need to start over from scratch. How you're perceiving relationships right now shouldn't be built up on how people in the past hurt you. It should be built up on expectations that you can, like realistic expectations for this new person. Like this person who's come into your life, this new love interest, they have so much to offer you, and you have so much to offer them. So don't allow these issues from the past to act as a barrier between you and that person. With external factors, though, with the Queen of Swords card, basically there's just somebody this is somebody who can come into your life right now, Libra, and really maybe help guide you through the situation. A lot of the signs, Libra, have been getting this energy this month and this week of having some kind of mentor or somebody who's been through it all. It doesn't have to be, some like educational mentor or some like work-related mentor. It can be somebody who's been through this situation, whether they're like a little bit older than you or significantly older than you. They've been through the same exact situation, and this person right now, you need to be on the lookout for them. And it's not going to be your love interest. This is going to be somebody else entirely. But they can kind of come into your life right now and help sort out a lot of these issues. They can just guide you and show you and remind you that everything's going to work out for you, Libra. You just need to have a little bit of faith in the process here, and especially in like wiping the slate clean and like really breaking down those barriers intentionally so that you can like flourish and build something new. Because again, your challenge card I think it's caught up here with like your outcome, and I wouldn't be surprised if your outcome kind of reflects this. But your outcome here is to build up this loving and like fostering foundation for a relationship. And the only way to do that is to let go of some like this trauma from the past. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Cups card. And in your area of an outcome, we have the Seven of Wands card. So, okay, maybe there's still a little bit more conflict that you have to go through here, Libra, but that's okay. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Cups card. I think that you're kind of just worried about being able to really tap into your emotional capacity to deal with this new person, basically. The Cups cards here, and especially the Knight of Cups card, is all about bringing emotional energy into something new. I think that your big worry right now is that you're not going to be able to meet the task of giving enough love to this individual who's entered your life because of those barriers that you've set up. So everything, again, is really caught up in you being able to tear down those barriers. And here's an outcome card. We have the Seven of Wands card, so a little bit more conflict on the horizon. I think that this is saying this might be just kind of caught up with your area of the future here. You just have like too many challenges right now. You're being confronted with too much. So I think that stress is going to continue. Just because you're in the right mindset doesn't mean that stress is going to like dissipate and disappear. You're still going to have to confront it. You're still going to have to deal with it. But I think that right now, Libra, the big takeaway here, and there's so many Wands cards, but I think that the big takeaway here is that you can like really just tackle one issue at a time. So you can tackle like this You can tackle this trauma from the past first and then move on to something different, basically. Libra, here at the end of your reading, we're going to be pulling 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of those questions, we're going to pull 1, 2, and 3. So Libra, here for your first question, I have a definite yes. For your second question, I have a bit of a maybe. And for your last question here, I also have a maybe. So Libra, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, also check out your sun, moon, and rising. And feel free to subscribe down below, like this video, because that really helps us out so much. And also, again, check out your monthly reading because that's going to paint a picture for the entire month of March for you. Libra, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.